We may have a new mini microphone king. This is the Boya Magic, and it is truly unique, being adaptable to 4 different form factors. But is this really all that it's cracked up to be, or is it more of a gimmick? Full transparency, this video is sponsored by Boya. They sent me this mic to review, but as always, my opinions are my own, and if it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks. First things first, I got the microphone and a sort of complete combo kit, including a lightning adapter for my out-of-date iPhone and this mini tripod, which is sold separately. So everything you're looking at here costs $130. That's already pretty inexpensive, but you can get a pared down combo with just the charging case, a USB-C receiver, and the 2 transmitters for $89, which brings it right in line with the Rode Wireless Micro, the DJI Mic Mini 2, and the Hollyland Lark M2S's in terms of price. I do want to note though, if you want to use this microphone as an on-desk microphone like this, or on top of the camera, you're going to need the tripod kit, which again is sold separately. So don't forget this if you want to use 2 of the 4 form factors that they say you can use it for. As for build quality, it's pretty solid. The 2 transmitters are hosted here inside this charging case underneath a little flip out magnetic hood. The charging case then doubles as a handheld microphone and captures audio from this top transmitter when you have it activated, while you can take the bottom one out and clip it to your shirt and have sort of dual audio, which would be perfect if you're doing a on-street interview type deal. The way that your transmitters send audio to your filming device is through this, a receiver. The USB-C and lightning receivers just magnetize right onto the bottom of the charging case, which allows you to keep everything together while you're not filming, which is great. Speaking of magnets, these transmitters are tiny, and really the only thing smaller than this is this little itty bitty magnet that lives on the back to help you attach it in through your clothes. I have to say, out of all of the mini microphones that I've used, I think that the Boya is the most visually appealing and least conspicuous. There's no massive logo on the front, no bright light, and I think the pill shape just kind of disappears a lot better than other form factors. I mean, look at that. One downside though to this tiny little size is the magnet that's used to attach the microphone through clothing could be a little bit stronger. It's totally fine if you're going through something like a t-shirt, but once you start going through 2 layers of clothing or a thicker shirt, it really starts to lose its pull. Could be a lot stronger there. Of course, if the magnet just doesn't work for your use case, you can use the clip-on method instead. That's just fine. All of this is good. We love a great design, but none of that matters if the sound sucks. First, I want to do a test for the smartphone creators out there. This is our first in-studio comparison, just shooting on my smartphone. This is what the phone would sound like without the Boya. This is just the plain phone microphone, and I've got a little bit of like audio treatment here. So I've got the blanket. You can tell I'm a little bit more echoey now that I'm talking toward the bouncy part of the room. But back to this. This is what it sounds like. No Boya at all, and we'll switch over to the Boya. This is the sound of the Boya Magic in the same situation, just handheld, as if you're gonna do like a street interview or something like that. How do you think this compares to just the iPhone? Hopefully this is a lot better. I mean, it should be, that's what we're paying for. Now let me switch to the lavalier style. This is what the lav sounds like. Again, hopefully it's a lot clearer. I don't think it's going to be as clear as holding the microphone, but if I switch back to not having the Boya, just like this, you should be able to hear a big difference. I disconnected the microphone if you weren't aware. So audio coming from the phone now again. I hope the Boya sounds better. It definitely does, but that's really no surprise, honestly. I wanted to take it one step further and see how this little tiny inexpensive mic can compare to a more professional, more expensive option, starting with my lav mic of choice, the Rode Wireless Pro. Here's the audio test of the Rode Wireless Pro versus the Boya. The Rode obviously is a lot bigger. It does have more features on the Pro level, but just listening to just purely the audio, what's the comparison here? Again, I'm flipping back and forth. I want you to really focus in, especially on those low tones, because the Rodes tend to do really well in the low tones, and that's where inexpensive microphones tend to suffer a little bit. Of course, because of that price difference and all things considered, the Rode is a higher quality microphone. It sounds better, it retains those lows better, but honestly, the Boya is performing really well for that price point. far better than I ever thought it would. But that's just one of the 4 advertised use cases. How does the shotgun configuration compare? This is the Boya in sort of shotgun vlogging microphone configuration. I've got it up on top of the camera, and right next to it I have my typical Rode VideoMic Pro Plus boomed up, so it's really like pretty much the same location as if I was using the Rode instead. Now, I've been switching back and forth between the 2 audios, and that should give us a good picture on whether the Boya can actually work as a true shotgun microphone, the way that the Rode is, or if it's gonna be better used as just a lavalier mic, because I'm super skeptical on putting a lav in like a plastic casing and then using that as a shotgun. As well I should have been, because this on-camera comparison definitely sounds a lot more echoey than the Rode. It may still be better than the on-camera mics built into a lot of camera bodies, but it's not any replacement for a proper shotgun directional microphone. There's really no denying that at its core, the Boya is just a lav mic, but it has this great extra configuration for on-street interviews. Speaking of the street usually comes with a bunch of noise. Now, Boya has built in a real fancy AI noise reduction algorithm in this thing, but let's see if it actually works, because I have yet to meet a built-in noise reduction that I actually like.
So where I live, we have a bunch of construction going on through those trees over there, which is typically really, really sucky. But for today, it's not too bad, because it means that I can do the noise reduction test right here. Right now, you're listening to the Boya, no noise reduction. You can kind of hear the highway sounds. You can hear some of the hammering and all of that going on across the way. I'm going to flip it onto noise reduction. We'll see if we can hear a difference. I'm going to stop talking here. Listen to the noise. Now, how does my voice sound on noise reduction? That's one of the things we always have to look out for. How much does it distort the actual vocals that it's picking up, even if it's getting rid of that background noise? Once again, this is the Boya with noise reduction enabled, and now this is the Boya with no noise reduction put in.
The noise cancellation feature definitely worked to get rid of a lot of that background noise, but as usual with these sorts of devices, it came with the trade-off of audio fidelity. You can definitely hear my voice lose even more of those low tones, and it sounds a little bit more like electronic or modulated. I guess like the best way I can put it is it sounds wavy or kind of like swimmy. It's just not quite there. You know, it's not terrible. I think it's better than having that background noise included, but it's nothing groundbreaking either. The process of using this microphone is really seamless. It works quickly and easily with your phone. Just plug the receiver in and you're good to go. Well, you have to turn the microphones on, but then you're good to go. The Boya even works with the native iPhone camera app, which is huge because some of these devices don't, and you know, you would expect that they do. So plug and play with the camera app. That's all great. The device also has a safety track which splits the track into mono, so left and right ear are separate, and it records one of the ears lower at -12 decibels, just in case anything that you're recording gets unexpectedly loud. That way you won't clip your audio and ruin it. Each of these little transmitters has 6 hours of battery life, which is really pretty decent. I would say it's enough for a day's worth of shooting. But if I could change a couple of things about this microphone, I would ask for just a little bit more battery life so that you're a little bit safer on recording in case you leave it on or something like that. And I would also like an improvement on the pickup, the audio quality of those low tones, because right now the audio definitely sounds just like a little bit thin to me. All things considered though, I think this is a great little microphone, and it's definitely the best option I've seen for anyone, specifically if you're doing on the street type interviews, because you have that dual functionality of a handheld microphone like hello, and also you can clip it onto yourself. So great little tool. If you're interested in learning more about other microphones, you should check out this video right up over here. I think that might interest you.